This video I'll look at some real life applications with interest, so we'll just do these two examples. The first one is a savings account, okay, and we'll also look at so simple interest at 2.5%, and also figure out how much will be in the account at the end of the year, and then a bank loan, and figure out how much does the borrower pay in total at the end of the year, right? Okay, so example 1, savings account. How much simple interest is earned on $3,000 if it is invested for 1 year at 2.5%? What that means is at the end of 1 year, the account earns 2.5% of what was in it. Okay, so if there's $3,000 in there, the interest amount is going to be what? What do you think? What will the interest amount be? How would you calculate the interest amount? Any idea? The interest amount? Don't you have to get 2.5% of $3,000, right? So, and we've got to turn 2.5% into a decimal. How do you turn 2.5% into a decimal? You take the decimal point and move it to the left 1, 2 spaces and stick in a 0, right? So that becomes 0.025 or 0.025. And it's multiply, of means multiply, so multiply by 3,000, right? This times 3,000. So I guess we could calculate that. So I guess we could do it that way. Why not? 5 times 0 is 0, 5 times 0 is 0, 5 times 0 is 0, 5 times 3 is 15. Put down a placeholder 0. 2 times 0 is 0, 2 times 0 is 0, 2 times 0 is 0, 2 times 3 is 6. I'll be careful where the units are here, huh? Or where you're placing your numbers. So, I guess I'm getting 77.5, and if we do this, 1, 2, 3 decimal places in the question, so 1, 2, 3 decimal places in the answer. And stick a point here. That is the number 75. So 2.5% of $3,000 seems to be $75. And a quick way to that is the correct answer, $75. The interest amount is $75. How much simple interest is earned on that for 1 year? The answer is $75. Now, if you just want to check your answer in your head, have you any idea what is 1% of $3,000? Can you take a guess at that? Take a guess. 1% of $3,000. 1% is taking, if you get 1% of something, you basically multiply it by, you see 1% is 1 over 100. If you multiply this by 1 over 100, you're going to knock off a couple of zeros. So 1% of 3,000 is $30. So 2%, of course, of the 3,000 would be equal to what? If 1% is $30, what's 2%? 2% of 3,000 is $60, right? So 2.5% is 2.5%, which is 75. So that looks right, doesn't it? That's just in case you put down something like 750. 750 would obviously be wrong. Or you might have put down $7.50, and that would obviously be wrong too. You can see that if 1% is $30, you can see the ballpark figure where you should be. 2.5 times 30 would be about 75, right? Okay, how much will be in the account at the end of the year? Can you figure this one out? What did we start with? What's the original amount? $3,000, right? What was the interest? So we have to add on the interest. The interest was $75, right? And doesn't that give us the total? So that'll be $3,075, right? So at the end of the year, you'll have $3,075 in the account. Example 2, bank loan. If $1,800 is borrowed at a rate of 13% for 1 year, how much is the interest on this loan? Press pause and see if you can calculate the interest on the loan. And afterwards, you got to figure out how much does the borrower pay in total. So how would you calculate the interest? Any idea? Do you think you need to get 13% of 1,800 or 1,800? Yep. So turn 13% into a decimal and multiply, right? The decimal point at the moment is here. That needs to be moved over 2 spaces to the left to get 0.13 or 0.13 multiplied by 1,800. Okay. So 1,800, 0.13 multiply. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 8, 24. Carry the 2. 3 times 1 is 3 and 2 is 5. Put down a placeholder 0 and multiply by 1. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 8 is 8. 1 times 1 is 1. Add 0, 0, 4, 5 and 8, 13. Carry the 1 and we get 2. In the question I had 2 decimal places, so I need 1, 2 in the answer. 2, 3, 4.00 or 234. 13% of $1,800 turned out to be $234. How much is the interest? The interest is $234. Okay. How much does the borrower pay in total then? If the interest is $234, well, they got to pay back the original amount, plus they have to pay back the interest, right? And then that'll give them the total amount that needs to be paid back. What was the original amount? Original amount was 1,800, right? 1,800. What was the interest? 234. So the total has to be 4, 3, carry the 1, $2,034, right? The borrower needs to pay back $2,034.